What is BIOS and how does it function in electronics? BIOS stands for Basic Input-Output System. It is a firmware embedded on a motherboard of a computer or electronic device. The BIOS plays a crucial role in the startup process of a computer or device, and it provides the necessary instructions to initialize hardware components and load the operating system. Here's how BIOS functions in electronics. The power-on self-test, POST, is a series of diagnostic tests performed by the BIOS, Basic Input-Output System, when a computer or electronic device is powered on. POST is a critical part of the startup process, designed to verify that essential hardware components are functioning correctly before the operating system is loaded. Here's how POST typically functions. Initialization. When the power button is pressed, the BIOS initializes and begins executing its code. The first task of the BIOS is to perform a POST. Hardware detection. During POST, the BIOS checks the integrity and functionality of various hardware components, including the CPU, central processing unit, memory, RAM, storage devices, hard drives, SSDs, graphics card, motherboard, and peripherals, keyboard, mouse, etc. Diagnostic tests. The BIOS executes a series of diagnostic tests to verify that each hardware component is operational. These tests include checks for basic functionality, such as ensuring that the CPU is functioning, memory modules are detected and accessible, storage devices are recognized, and peripherals are connected. Error handling. If any issues are detected during the POST process, the BIOS typically produces audible beep codes or displays error messages on the screen to indicate the nature of the problem. These codes or messages help users or technicians diagnose hardware faults and troubleshoot the system. Initialization complete. Once the POST process is complete and all essential hardware components have passed the tests, the BIOS proceeds to initialize other system resources and prepares to load the operating system. Overall, the POST serves as an essential diagnostic tool to ensure the proper functioning of hardware components during the startup process. By detecting and reporting hardware faults early in the boot sequence, the POST helps prevent system instability, crashes, and data loss that could occur if defective hardware were allowed to proceed unnoticed into the operating system environment. The initialization of hardware is a critical step performed by the BIOS, Basic Input-Output System, during the startup process of a computer or electronic device. This phase follows the power-on self-test, POST, and involves configuring and preparing various hardware components for operation. Here's how the initialization of hardware typically functions. CPU configuration. The BIOS identifies the installed CPU, central processing unit, and configures its parameters, such as clock speed, cache settings, and power management features. It also initializes the CPU's instruction set and sets up communication with other system components. Memory initialization. The BIOS detects and initializes the system memory, RAM. This includes determining the amount of installed RAM, configuring memory timings, setting up memory controllers, and performing memory tests to ensure reliability. Once initialized, the RAM becomes accessible for use by the operating system and applications. Storage device detection. The BIOS identifies and initializes storage devices such as hard drives, solid-state drives, SSDs, and optical drives, CD/DVD drives. It detects their presence, interfaces, e.g., SATA, NVMe, and storage capacities. Additionally, the BIOS may perform checks on the integrity of storage devices and initialize disk controllers for data transfer. Peripheral configuration. Various peripherals connected to the system, such as USB devices, keyboards, mice, and network adapters, are detected and initialized by the BIOS. This involves identifying peripheral devices, configuring their settings, and establishing communication protocols to enable interaction with the operating system. Expansion cards and interfaces. If present, expansion cards such as graphics cards, sound cards, and network interface cards, NICs, are detected and initialized by the BIOS. This includes assigning system resources, such as IRQs and memory addresses, to the expansion cards and ensuring their proper functioning. Firmware initialization. Certain hardware components, such as firmware-based devices, e.g., BIOS extensions, embedded controllers, may require initialization by the BIOS. This involves loading and executing firmware code to prepare these components for operation. System timer and interrupts. The BIOS sets up system timers and interrupt controllers to facilitate communication between hardware devices and the CPU. This includes configuring interrupt request, IRQ, lines, programmable interval timers, PITs, and other system timing mechanisms. Overall, the initialization of hardware by the BIOS ensures that all essential components of the computer or electronic device are properly configured and ready for use. Once the hardware initialization is complete, the BIOS proceeds to initiate the boot process and load the operating system into memory for execution. The boot sequence refers to the order in which a computer or electronic device attempts to load the operating system and other essential software components during startup. The boot sequence is managed by the BIOS, basic input-output system, or its modern equivalent, such as UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Here's how the boot sequence typically functions. BIOS initialization. When the computer is powered on or restarted, the BIOS initializes and performs a series of diagnostic tests known as the power-on self-test, POST. After completing the POST successfully, the BIOS proceeds to the next step of the boot sequence. Boot device detection. The BIOS identifies the available boot devices connected to the computer, such as hard drives, HDDs, solid-state drives, SSDs, optical drives, CD/DVD drives, USB flash drives, and network interfaces for network booting. It detects these devices based on the configured boot order and the devices present in the system. Boot order configuration. The BIOS maintains a boot order or boot priority list, which specifies the sequence in which it attempts to boot from different devices. This boot order can typically be configured by the user in the BIOS settings. The default boot order often starts with the primary internal storage device, e.g., HDD or SSD, followed by other devices such as optical drives or USB drives. Boot device selection. Based on the configured boot order, the BIOS selects the first boot device from the list and attempts to load the bootloader or boot sector from that device. If the bootloader is found, control is passed to it to initiate the boot process. If the bootloader is not found or fails to execute, the BIOS moves to the next boot device in the sequence. Bootloader execution. The bootloader, which is typically stored in the master boot record, MBR, or EFI system partition, ESP, of the boot device, is executed. The bootloader's primary function is to locate and load the operating system kernel into memory. In systems using UEFI, the boot manager, such as Grub or Windows Boot Manager, is responsible for selecting and launching the appropriate operating system. Operating system initialization. Once the bootloader has successfully loaded the operating system kernel into memory, the operating system initialization process begins. This involves loading essential system files, initializing device drivers, establishing system configurations, and launching system services. User interaction. Finally, the user may interact with the operating system through a graphical user interface, GUI, or command line interface, CLI, initiating applications, accessing files, and performing various tasks. Overall, the boot sequence orchestrated by the BIOS or UEFI firmware ensures that the computer starts up in a controlled manner, loading the necessary software components and preparing the system for user interaction. BIOS settings configuration refers to the process of adjusting various parameters and options stored in the BIOS, basic input-output system, firmware of a computer or electronic device. These settings allow users to customize the behavior of their system according to their preferences or requirements. Here's how BIOS settings configuration typically works. Accessing BIOS setup. To configure BIOS settings, users typically need to access the BIOS setup utility during the startup process. This is usually done by pressing a specific key, such as Del, F2, F10, or Escape, immediately after turning on the computer. The exact key to access BIOS setup varies depending on the manufacturer and model of the motherboard. Navigating BIOS menus. Once inside the BIOS setup utility, users are presented with a menu-based interface that allows navigation through various settings categories and options. These menus may include options related to system configuration, hardware settings, boot options, security features, and power management. Configurable settings. Within each menu category, users can find a range of configurable settings and parameters. These settings may include system configuration, options related to the CPU, memory, RAM, chipset, integrated peripherals, and onboard devices. Users can often adjust parameters such as CPU clock speed, memory timings, SATA controller mode, and USB configuration. Boot options, settings that determine the boot order of devices, including hard drives, SSDs, optical drives, USB drives, and network interfaces. Users can specify which device the system should attempt to boot from first. Security features, configuration options for BIOS passwords, secure boot, and hardware-level security features. Users can set passwords to restrict access to BIOS settings or enable secure boot to prevent unauthorized software from running during the boot process. Power management, settings related to power-saving features, such as ACPI, advanced configuration and power interface, settings, CPU power states, and sleep modes. Users can configure parameters to optimize power consumption and performance according to their preferences. Hardware monitoring, options for monitoring system temperatures, voltages, and fan speeds. Users can view real-time hardware monitoring data and configure thresholds for temperature and voltage alerts. Other settings, various other configuration options may be available depending on the specific motherboard and BIOS firmware. These could include settings for overclocking, virtualization, legacy compatibility, and more. Saving changes and exiting. After configuring desired settings, users must save their changes before exiting the BIOS setup utility. This typically involves selecting an option to save settings and exit, which prompts the BIOS to write the changes to non-volatile memory, such as CMOS, for persistence across reboots. Restarting the system. Once changes are saved and the user exits the BIOS setup utility, the system may automatically reboot to apply the new settings. Alternatively, users may need to manually restart the system by selecting an option from the BIOS menu. Overall, BIOS settings configuration provides users with flexibility and control over their system's hardware and behavior, allowing them to optimize performance, enhance security, and customize the user experience according to their needs. The BIOS, Basic Input-Output System, continues to play a role in the operation of a computer even after the operating system has been loaded. Here's how the BIOS interacts with the operating system. Low-level system services. While the operating system takes over the management of most system resources, the BIOS continues to provide low-level services to facilitate communication between hardware devices and the operating system. This includes services such as reading from and writing to hardware registers, handling interrupts, and managing power states. Device initialization. Although the operating system may load its own device drivers to manage hardware components, the BIOS may still be responsible for initializing certain devices during the boot process. This includes tasks like configuring the system's integrated peripherals, initializing expansion cards, and setting up system timers. Compatibility support. The BIOS may provide compatibility support for legacy hardware or software that the operating system does not directly support. For example, BIOS interrupts, INT, and real mode may be utilized by older applications or device drivers that are not compatible with the operating system's native environment. ACPI support. The BIOS plays a crucial role in supporting advanced configuration and power interface (ACPI) functionality, which allows the operating system to control power management features such as sleep states, hibernation, and system shutdown. The BIOS provides ACPI tables and services that the operating system can use to manage power resources efficiently. BIOS calls and services. Some operating systems may still utilize BIOS calls or services for specific functions, especially during the early stages of system initialization. For example, certain bootloader programs or device drivers may directly invoke BIOS routines to perform hardware operations that are not yet supported by the operating system. Firmware updates. The BIOS may also facilitate firmware updates for various system components, including the BIOS itself, expansion card firmware, and peripheral firmware. These updates can be initiated and managed by the operating system through appropriate software interfaces provided by the BIOS. Overall, while the operating system takes on the primary role in managing system resources and providing a user interface for applications, the BIOS continues to provide essential services and support functions to ensure the efficient operation of the computer system. The interaction between the BIOS and the operating system is crucial for maintaining compatibility, managing hardware resources, and enabling advanced system features. Overall, the BIOS is essential for the proper functioning of a computer or electronic device, as it serves as a bridge between the hardware and the software, ensuring seamless communication and coordination between the two.